Hey, salut tout le monde, bienvenue à Dallaire 3345 et cette semaine, je me gâte. Tout un invité avec moi, un gars qui a chanté pour Voivod de 1994 à 2001, qui a son band Eric Forrest, un gars qui vit à Toulouse, mais c'est un anglophone, donc l'entrevue va se faire en anglais. Eric, bienvenue sur Dallaire 3345, tabarnak.
Bonsoir à tous. Tabarnak, allez, c'est Steve Tabarnak. Yeah.
See, you speak French.
Ben oui. Anglais, un petit peu, je prefer le anglais interviews.
Well,
Anglais. On va voir.
how's life, Eric? I mean, you put out an album, Mindbender, in 2021, and
Yes.
then all this shit happened. So,
Yes.
where are you now?
Talking to you. No, I'm in Toulouse. We did a festival last September and kind of on a little bit of a hiatus for the moment and trying to see what's happening. I have some other interests of doing some European dates in September, October, November era at that time. And working on a few things and composing and planning a few things also.
Do you still have like the same lineup that you had on your last record? Because it's a killer lineup, isn't it?
Thank you. Thanks so much. Yeah, it's Patrick Friedrich on drums, who's a engineer producer. Sebastian Chiffault, the guitar player, and then we had a few guests come on and play some shred stuff. Yeah, we're doing what we can and within what we can within the markets of what is possible. Because
How did you meet those guys?
Seth lives a couple 100 meters down the street, funny enough. But Toulouse is a small city. I've known Patrick, the drummer, for many years because he's produced and engineered maybe 4 or 5 E-Force records.
Okay.
So from Modified Poison to The Curse to Monocle, and then the last record. And had some problems before with previous members. And so I thinking who could play drums for E-Force, so why not get him, right? Because he's part of the band in a sense, because he's produced 4 or 5 E-Force records, and now that he's in the band, well, the drum sounds really good. I'll tell you that. You know what I mean? It's a joke, but
It does.
yeah, they're good guys, good players, and we're going to see what's happening in the future as this slowly unwinds and bands are playing, but the market's really oversaturated at the moment. But there's going to be things happening, absolutely, as we did, before the COVID stuff pause. We did maybe 30 shows in 8 countries in a thing called Voivod Revisited, and it was just a set of Voivod from Turkey to Spain, Italy, Germany, Czech Republic, everywhere. And actually, might as well say it now, but E-Force will be playing in Canada at the end of August.
Really?
Yeah. 18 in Hamilton, 19 in Toronto, and the following weekend we play Quebec City, Montreal, and Ottawa, and then out east in Halifax, New Brunswick, the weekend after. And I'm going to be doing that with guys who I toured with last time in Canada, my old crew, old family. Dan Lozon from Entropy, Blake from Entropy, and my friend from 1985, Jim McLean, the band called Mortal Annoyance. So I'm coming over this summer. Fucking
That's
ass in Canada. Yeah.
I've got my scoop then.
Yeah. I'm coming back.
How long has it been since you've played in Quebec?
Well, the last time was on the Canadian leg of, say, the Demonical tour, maybe 2017, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that, to rock out with some.
That's great. I'm going to be
Canadian people, and yeah. I have the dates and stuff. It's going to be announced soon, but I thought it'd be good to announce.
Last time we spoke, you told me that it was much easier to play in Europe than it is in America. Is it still like that? Because I read an interview this week with Godsmack saying that they weren't making any money touring Europe. Is that right?
Well, I can't really speak for that band, or depends what level of band you're at, I guess. I guess it depends the market, I mean, France is France. E-Force has never been, we play and stuff, but the market's better in, say, Spain or Italy or the Eastern in Romania or Czech Republic or Germany. France is special, eh? Not to say it in a bad way, but it's the home of Johnny. Anyway, just comes on. I guess it depends, I mean, it's been a while since I played Canada, and so, when I came over here, it's kind of popular, and now I've been here a while, and come back. It's I don't know how to explain it. Just gotta have to go where you're wanted in a lot of ways, and appreciate it.
Okay, so let's go back to 95.
1995, yeah.
With
Negatron.
That monster of a record,
yeah.
Negatron.
Yeah.
How did you end up with Voivod, first of all?
Actually, I went to the lotto, and I won a lotto ticket, and I gagné, an old friend, drummer from Toronto, a guy Jeff Salem, introduced me to Pierre Paradis back in the day, who was the ex-manager of Voivod. Believe it or not, for Saints and Sinners audition on the bass.
Really?
You know what I'm talking about? Rick and Stefan, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Thornton and stuff. And I didn't get the gig, but that was okay. I didn't really want to play that music anyway. And then kept in touch. And Saints and Sinners played in Toronto with the band I was singing with, Thunder Circus. And Pierre was there. My ex-girlfriend was there, who attracted a bit of attention, let's just say, and then kept in touch more. And Pierre wanted to get her some photos in Playboy, and I sent him my picture, my demos and stuff. This is what I'm up to, blah, blah, blah. And he kind of called me up and said, would you like to introduce, I want to audition for a big band? And I didn't really know who it was. He didn't want to say. He said, it's not Judas Priest, it's not Iron Maiden, but, it's in Montreal there. I was like, okay, whatever. I don't know who could that be or whatever. And that's what happened. And I came up, I auditioned, walked in the room. We jammed for maybe 20 minutes, just improvisation, a few whatever. And they say, stop. Okay, you're in the band. Let's go for a beer. Huh?
That quick?
Okay, that quick. Yeah. It was pretty. I didn't really have to learn the songs or this one. Just they want to feel the vibe, I guess. And that really was a good time from, say, 95, 94 to 2001 in my career, and was happy to be part of the Voivod machine to fill until Snake come back, whatever, because, of course, he's and Snake is Voivod, right? I was there like Drunk Robbie from Motley Crue or whatever, but it was great. And, so that's what happened.
And when you wrote the record, when you composed it, was it like on purpose to get back to that heavier sound?
I think it was the kind of thing where they wanted to do a power trio after, the thing with the bass player, Blackie, and the other guy, and Snake. So they wanted to maybe change it, not get a singer who just sings to try to replace Snake, or they wanted the power trio. And I think when when I came out and we auditioned and they see, and okay, and I think after, maybe a few days later, we seen Machine Head, Napalm Death, and Obituary in Club Soda. No, not Club Soda. It's on the St. Catherine. Anyway. And this Piggy was like, yeah, heavy again. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. I follow you guys, but we do what we do. Away was cool with it. It was just kind of we didn't plan it. Just like those guys said, okay, you got this. We have this. Let's give it a stir, and making food, right? And kind of happened naturally, really.
And was it any material written already before you joined in, or?
There was one song called Nano Man. Okay. Nano Man, which Ivan from Men Without Hats, we can dance if you want to.
Yeah. How's the world?
yeah, exactly. Ivan's close with the band and stuff, and they composed Nano Man, and I kind of come in, audition, or got the audition, and then that was the first track I sang on. But there was a version with Snake. He sang on that song too. It's kind of funny. in a
Really?
good way. Yeah, yeah. Snake did a demo of that too. I think we were still in the band at the time, obviously, you know.
Okay, I just can't hear him on the record though.
No, he's not on the record. I'm on the
Okay,
demo.
just a demo.
Demo, yeah. When Ivan,
Okay.
there's a version of Ivan, there's a version of Snake, and then a version of me of
Wow.
Nano Man. Yeah, funny enough, yeah.
Okay. Well, when the album came out,
Mm-hmm.
critics were, for some reason, didn't like the production. Personally, I think it's perfect. Like Negatron is very distinct from the Phobos, but what are your thoughts on that?
I think it's a matter of perception, you know. I think it's like when you're in a band, you got to make decisions or this or business, whatever. I mean, you can hold up a Playboy calendar and go, "Who's better, Miss January or Miss September?" And they're all hot, they're all good. You know what I mean? So it's hard to say
Yeah.
which one is correct. You know. So in a way, I guess everybody can be right on what they think of it. But I think the production's kick ass, man. I love it. It was great. I mean, it is what it is, and comparing to say to Phobos, that has a lot more spacey stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
I think that's because Piggy got his new Digitech toy rack mount Digitech thing. Well, it's nothing new today, but back then, kind of gave him that ability to create that spacey stuff on the Phobos. We didn't have it on the Negatron, but you know, what I learned with those guys, it's the time is now. Let's compose, and this is it. In the end, it is, and it's in a chapter of life, really.
But what I do remember though is live that tour was fucking nuts. I've seen you. I've seen you guys twice at the Barrymore's in Ottawa.
Mm-hmm.
I was living there at the time.
Barrymore's okay, remember? Yeah.
It was both times it was a jam packed and it was just nuts. Then I saw you. I saw you first time. The Negatron album wasn't out yet. You played here in Chicoutimi at the Phoenix.
Oh yeah. Okay, remember?
I
Yeah, it's
remember the promoter.
hometown.
The
The
promoter
hometown.
asking
Yeah,
you for your ticket when you got in the venue.
yeah. I remember that part, but yeah.
You were known for many people back then, but
Yeah, Chicoutimi,
concert,
yes. Some
that
good
concert
times.
was nuts.
Yeah, good times, good people. Yeah.
Well, to finish on Negatron, do you think that it, I don't know, that it wasn't fair, the reception that it got, like it could have been like, but metal was dead, was it?
Interesting time for everybody because, it's kind of funny today how metal's so popular in 2022 or whatever, and all these girl-fronted bands and that, and everything's all these other people that weren't metal before trying to be metal. And it's like metal's cool. It's like, yeah, who the fuck were you 30 years ago or whatever?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or 40. And uh I don't know. I think it should have gotten more. A few people have told me that and this and that. And I think it is what it is. There's many artists that deserve to be bigger than what they are. One of my favorite bands, Warrior Soul, Corey Clark, he should be a rock star, a millionaire, but he's not. But I think, it's like that in a way, on a smaller scale. Like, do what I do, and people appreciate it, they like it, they don't. It's always controversy about it. And I was just happy it happened. It's still kind of happening in a way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about it today, so
Yeah.
like many years later. And now let's go to the second one,
Mm-hmm.
which is a little more spacey, as you said.
Yeah.
Phobos.
Mm-hmm.
There's some killer tracks on that record. I mean,
Phenomenal.
Mercury I think Mercury is my favorite Voivod song ever.
Is that right? I think. Oh, fuck.
Now,
Cool.
I wish
ass, man.
those guys could play songs from this record. I think they did The Tower a few years ago. I think.
They played it live in concert.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it was The Tower. And it sounded great. And
Yeah.
those guys could play more often songs from those records, especially that one. Tell me about Phobos a bit.
Well, I think at that point of going into Phobos, I'd kind of been in the band a while, a few years and stuff, and toured like I think Europe once and the States. We did a tour with States in the States with Propane and Crisis. on the Negatron tour, like 58 shows, 63 days. It's fucking insane. So that more togetherness was going to the studio for the second time for me with those guys was really more prepared, I guess, in a natural way. And, you know, we did what we did. Like, it was recorded at Signal to Noise studio, but that was Hypnotic studio before Tom Shamu's place. So it was the same place, different engineer, but we were familiar with in downtown Toronto, recording there. And yeah, there was some magic created. So it's weird because, you know, after jamming with those guys for, say, 6 months, whatever, it's like, oh, the band's getting really tight. But then after playing 4 or 5 years with the guys, oh, the band's getting really fun. The difference, you know? There was moments we didn't even have to, I don't know, there's some magic happening. I have to think and we just play and sing together. And it comes with the family vibe, you know? A real band, not just 5 guys who can play well and play the song well, but not together. It's a difference, you know? So with Away and Piggy, it was magic. So getting on the Phobos, yeah, like I said, Piggy had this new Digitech toy and stuff, and after the touring and more together as a band, it it came out really, really interesting creative process as we went. And a guy, James Cavalluzzo, he did the little sound effects and stuff in each song, which really set the mood for that spacey kind of Phobos trip.
Yeah, production is just awesome on this record.
Yeah, really good stuff.
It's a space trip.
yeah. Pigs in space.
The only weak song on that record, you're not on it. Embody. Why?
Embody, actually, that's me singing.
Really?
Yeah, that's me singing.
Jason.
Jason and Piggy in a way did that in a project called Tar Rat. Was 90s, I don't know when it was, after Negatron, I think, or during, I don't know. Anyway, they asked him, yeah, we want to record it. So cool. And he said, yeah, okay. So I kind of recorded their version, Jason's part, and that's why it kind of come out, which is a good track. I like it. It's kind of Motorhead vibe.
I remember you played it live, and it was much better live for some reason.
Yeah. It's funny how that is sometimes. Some songs you listen, okay, and then live in concert, it's a different, you know, vibration.
But I'm telling you, songs like Rise, The Tower, Neutrino, Forward, like live, it was just insane.
yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks so much. Yeah, it was an interesting tours. We toured with Therion in Europe, Neurosis, like a 6-week tour Europe. We went to Australia. We many good times. Actually, Australia was later, but anyway, it's hard to remember. But yeah, there's some really magic moments on that. And yeah, I remember doing the King Crimson reprise, more so. 21st Century Schizoid Man. That's on the album also. And it was kind of funny because that King Crimson shit, it's pretty hard to play.
Especially that song.
All that stuff is really fucking another level, man. You know, thinking those guys are doing that shit back in the 70s with no Pro Tools and stuff and nailing it. And I remember Way was trying to do a drum part and doing it in takes. Piggy nailed it one take, whatever. And Way was doing this part. And I'm like, and he didn't get it, but he's like, oh, it's not like that. Do it again. Whatever. Okay, and I'm thinking, oh fuck, I'm doing the bass. I was hiding behind the thing. They couldn't see me. I'm practicing with the bass for this part. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Some interesting moments. Yeah, that and the whole experience and creation of that album and that scientific. I mean, for those who don't know, you know, we smoked the book. We female.
Did you?
We did. They were connoisseurs. Kind of unity kind of vibe, smoking joint as jams. Good, eh? Yeah, you know, and that's funny. It's really funny because I don't know, a good friend of theirs. The day I walked into the rehearsal, the first rehearsal for audition, as soon as they opened the door, they passed me a fucking joint, a fucking hash, like this. It was chassé going. Well, I'm like, I haven't even walked in the door. I'm like, yeah, okay. It's like, okay. You know, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of funny.
Well, you know, sometimes it opens doors and
yeah, the creation of the vibration to connect and feel the same, human
Same boat.
spiritual way in a sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm.
And then that accident on tour that stopped just everything.
Yeah,
You spent like
fucked
what,
a lot of
6
shit up.
months in the coma?
Not 6 months. No, I was in a coma for une semaine, 1 week
Okay.
in Germany. So August 4th, '98. We're heading or going to play the Wacken for my first time. And it's like, oh my god. Anyway, whatever. And yeah, that's what happened. I was in there for a week, and then got flown back into Canada. Was in Toronto, and then physiotherapy after near London, in London, Ontario. And yeah, it was quite fucking situation, man. What can I say? I
Did you
really,
think at the time that it would just stop your career? Or?
I just was really fascinated, or not fascinated, but just going through and digesting what I went through. And even in when I was in a coma, I have memories of being in a coma, man, and being and seeing some really weird shit, and seeing some succubus with lizard legs going like this to me. Come here, closer. And I'm like, no fucking way, honey. What the fuck is this? I've had nightmares in a dream. It's like a nightmare, like a dream. And you're kind of floating around. It was like that. And I'm writing a biography one day, and I'm going to talk a lot about that shit in the future. Not tomorrow, but in the future. What is interesting and kind of grateful, when I did come back and kind of taking it step by step, we played, started jamming, and I remember watching, I was my American girlfriend at the time in Montreal, watching a video with Adrian and Bruce Dickinson of Iron Maiden being interviewed, talking about a Canadian tour, talking about America.
Yeah,
Contact the
Bruce was coming
management,
back. Yeah.
contact the management, da, 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 da. And a couple of weeks later, he calls me and goes, oh, yeah, I remember what that you asked for or tried to see about? I said, yeah. And he goes, yeah, it's good. You got 3 days with Iron Maiden. I'm like, what? Really? Oh, fuck, I'm happy. You know what's so funny? True story. I called Piggy right after. I go, dude, we're playing with fucking Iron Maiden, 3 shows. He's like, yeah, okay. Like, he didn't believe me. He thought I was fucking joking. So that was my first show back after the accident and everything, coma and all that. And we played with 3 shows with Iron Maiden at the Bell Center, Quebec, and that outdoor thing by the water. And
Yeah, I was there
that
at
was,
the
oh yeah,
Agora in Quebec.
yeah.
Honestly, I've seen
It was real.
Voivod at least 25 times. I'm a rabid fan, but this show was the best Voivod show
Wow.
I've ever seen.
Fuck, is that right?
The
Thank you.
vibe, I mean, it was outdoors, so
Yeah.
just insane. And the sound was great. I mean, how was it to play with Maiden? I mean,
I know, crazy. It's funny because we're close to their dressing rooms and stuff. In Montreal, normally the support band is on the other side of the building, and the headliner is there. We were right beside them. Walk by and see them, I guess. And there was one little room. You walk by and you can see Steve Harris's bass sitting there, and it's like, I'm gonna touch it, but no, don't even look at it. I didn't touch it, I kept walking. But it was they're really nice guys, really, really cool. Like, didn't expect it. I've met Steve a couple times here in Toulouse when he's played with British Lion, and it's been really overwhelming. He plays a club called Medley, or the Metronome Medley. It's another, the Metronome in Toulouse, and I remember going back before the show or seeing the thing and trying to say hello. Like, I got a picture. I'm doing this. Can I get an autograph? And the guy comes walking towards me. He goes, Eric Forrest, Voivod. And I go, yeah. And he goes, oh, yeah, I know you. Hang on. Took it till he comes back and goes, yeah, Steve will be here in 5 minutes. I'm like, oh, fuck. Fucking serious? Fucking shit, man. So it's not that we're best friends. Don't get me wrong. But nice. Hi, how you doing, man? It's just very great. It's like, oh, fuck, remember me. It's crazy. But yeah, that was a good moment in metal career. That was Mount Everest for me, I mean, be coming back after what I did. And then, playing with Iron Maiden, one of my favorite bands of all time. And so, yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I remember Bruce Dickinson wore that Voivod shirt.
Yes, yeah, the hoodie, yeah.
Every picture at the time, he had this Voivod shirt.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember we were Bratislava or Slovenia or something. I see Rock Hard magazine. I go walking around. I stop in the chest. No, fuck. This guy's wearing a Voivod t-shirt. Fucking
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I was waiting till meaty to wake up. I was go, you know, it's good. It's a good lot of fun, you know. But yeah.
And now, let's talk about this underrated live album recorded during the Negatron tour, right?
Yep.
And there's two songs that's been added at the end, I think. Bonus tracks, Forlorn and The Proud, which were recorded, I think, during the Phobos tour. Is that it?
Yeah, there were some tracks from the Dynamo Festival in '96 in Holland. The tracks you hear the people, and then there's some other tracks that recorded CBGBs in New York City.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a bit of both in that, which was great. Played there a few times with the guys.
And
yo.
That was the reception to that record. I mean, the track listing is just insane. I mean, I love it personally.
Well, I don't think it sold as much as the Phobos Negatron record, but
wasn't really pushed, right?
Yeah, well, you know, live albums and this and that. It's not the '70s Kiss heyday, whatever. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Got people that know fans like it. Yeah. So I like the production, the mix, everything. It was very well done. I haven't heard that one in a long time.
Yeah. You should listen to it. It's pretty.
Yeah.
And finally, the last record with you. Well, that's a compilation, but still, Chronic.
Yeah.
What the hell is that cover for?
Yeah. I don't know too much about I think we needed something new to do some tour date, and I think it was Slip Disc Records or somebody from Chicago had contacted a way to see something to make it happen, and at the time it was kind of popular. So there's remixes of Forlorn, forget other songs, and then there's a couple of songs that never made, say the Negatron record, like a song kind of co-wrote on Vortex. I think Vortex is on that one. Vortex,
Erosion, Eon.
Yeah. The Ion was in Heavy Metal Fact 2 movie, the heavy metal movie. There's that song, Ion. It was kind of Japanese.
That track supposed to be on the follow-up to Phobos, or?
No, it was really a Japanese bonus track for Negatron.
Okay.
Or I think I don't know, it's been a while. But it was one of those. An extra bonus track at the time. There was even maybe that was for Phobos, or there was I don't know. I can't remember. But there was on the Negatron, I remember they wanted another song, an extra bonus track, so people buy the Japanese import or instead of the import from America, Canada. And they go, we need a song. Okay, go in. We start jamming, eat, just whatever. And we recorded it on the spot for 40 minutes, 2 minutes. It's around somewhere on the YouTube, whatever. And there's fans like, what song is this? What album is this on? It's like, we just made it up on the spot. And that was one of the tracks. That was
wow. And funny. That song rocks. I mean, it's pretty good.
Ion. Okay. Yeah, I'm talking about the other one. Ion was, I think, for the Japanese thing, bonus track. And a way just program the drum machine, give it to Piggy, and okay, here's some lyrics, like subject, write some stuff. I think the song was written like half a day and a half, done. And yet, when we sent the stuff to the Heavy Metal Fact 2, the cartoon movie, the heavy metal thing, they picked out of all the material I did, they picked the song Ion for the movie. Yeah.
Well. That was the right choice.
Yeah, or the Hashlaga. Remember that one? Hashlaga.
Yeah, the movie.
Yeah, the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing you. Like, I was going to talk to you about that. How was it to be in a movie, actually?
Oh, it's fucking weird, eh? Yeah. I mean, I'm actually an actor, comedian, porn star also.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, I
Yeah,
remember
it was a
seeing the
good time.
movie
It's
at
a
the
good.
theater, and I'm like, shit, that's Voivod playing.
Yeah. That was a great experience to see, to be part of, and to watch the movie was great. And then to go to the after show, after movie party, and to see all these tough biker guys in the movie, and then to see them in real life at the show. Hey, how you doing? It's like, oh, fuck. You're not the same guy in the movie. What the fuck, you know? Okay, anyway,
Well, that's
whatever.
pretty awesome. Well, I've got one last thing before we leave.
Yeah, I got a few things
We
I want to
share
mention too. Also,
we share an obsession for a record. I know, like I follow you on Facebook, and I know you share my obsession with that record.
ah,
From Black Sabbath. Guess what? This is my favorite
stabbing
Black
the
Sabbath record.
breeze. Love it, love it, love it.
I mean,
One of my
this
favorite Black
record is
Sabbath.
so evil.
One of my favorite Black Sabbath records ever. And you know what? I even like the Glenn Hughes 7-star one because he's an guy in purple and sings like a motherfucker, you know? I love that. I love it. It's a great album.
It's a great record. It's my favorite, actually. I remember purchasing it back then, and I thought that my tape was broken. I felt like it doesn't sound right. So I exchanged it, got the same tape. I'm like, okay, that's the sound of the record.
That's it. Yeah. Apparently, Ian Gillan didn't like the mix or the album cover, and kind of lost a bet to join the band or something. But met him in Toulouse at a cast. That was kind of funny. And anyway,
I wish I'd seen that tour.
that is an amazing record. Even my friends that I know that even like Black Sabbath, they play them out. They go, "What the fuck is this? Why didn't it happen?" You know, whatever. But
I totally worship this record.
yeah. Love it all. I just wanted to say, I'm coming back to Canada, as I said, at the end of August, and we are going to be playing. I'm not going to be promoting the Mindbender record. I'm coming into Canada to promote a tour called Voivod Revisited, meaning playing a whole set of Voivod songs from the Negatron Phobos record, which I did a few years ago, like I said before, in 8 different countries, maybe 30 shows. And we're coming back to do that. And just so you know, I'm sure you know, Voivod have an album coming out called
re-recordings
40 years of Morgöth Tales or something like that.
Yeah.
Actually, they contacted me to be a part of it, and I sing a song on the record.
You know what? I've seen them last Thursday, and they were talking about the record. They just said that Come Down to the Gallows was on it, but that's all they wanted to say.
Okay. Well, obviously they're not going to talk about me, but I'm going to say, I'm going to be singing the song Rise. Well, I sang the track already.
Which one?
Rise, from the Phobos record.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait.
Maybe I shouldn't have said anything, but whatever. Come on.
And it's nice that the guys from Voivod.
Yeah, I was very happy.
You're part of the history, man.
Sure, yeah, we're still friends and stuff. I joined him at Hellfest in 2009 to sing the song with Snake, the Tribal Convictions.
Yeah,
and I've
seen that on YouTube.
Yeah, and I've seen him in Barcelona, and last time was in maybe France. I forget, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. But we're still, it's okay. There's a movie coming out, documentary.
Yep.
We Are Connected.
Yep.
Yeah. I did interview.
It started with Sam Dunn, and I don't know if
no. This is with another guy in Toronto. Yeah. So We Are Connected. I'm part of that also. I did an interview maybe 4 years ago for that.
Yeah.
And there's a book coming out. Right? She called me for the promo to do the PR. There's a book coming out. Jeff Wagner from New York City, he's releasing a biography. So there's a lot of stuff happening. So,
well, the future is looking really bright for you.
Yeah, I'm going to see them at the Hellfest this year also.
So you might end up on stage, right?
Maybe end up on stage. I haven't been told I'm confirmed yet, but I've been told I'm going to have a stage pass. So I think.
Well,
I'll be informed. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, as soon as you get the official dates and venues, let me know. I'll promote.
Yeah,
okay, for sure. And I just can't wait. I'm going to see you in Quebec City. I'm telling you right now. So I'm going to do a promotion, of course. And please play the Hallucination song. I mean,
like that one.
Wow, man, it reminds me of Satyricon.
Yeah. Okay. Hallucination off the Mind Bender. Yeah.
And the clip is just insane.
You like the video? Yeah. That's my
your girlfriend.
That's my girlfriend. Yeah, she's in the video. Yeah. Kind of gothic metal tattooed cyber. I don't know. Everybody has the judgment. Maybe it worked out really well.
It's a low budget video, but it's totally evil.
Yeah. Pretty dark. Fire and the skulls.
Well, I can't wait to see you, Eric. Thanks again for being on my show.
Thanks so much, Steve. And thank you very much.
We'll see you in August.
We'll see you in August. Send the word. They're going to announce it officially and all that stuff real soon. But it's done. We're coming. I'm coming.
Excellent. Well, thank you for being on Dans 3345. Merci tout le monde d'avoir écouté. Et on se revoit bientôt pour un nouvel épisode. Thanks, Eric.
Okay. Thanks, Steve. Take care. See you soon, Canada. Bye-bye.